right. McKinnon really tore the Ducks apart. It would have been nice if the Ducks didn't rip apart Francouz. Yeah, they do keep getting points, and that is not helping the Bedard race. Hello everybody, and welcome to DDFR number 80 on the season. Today we are going to react to the Anaheim Ducks losing 5-4 in overtime against the Colorado Avalanche. Alright, let's hop right into it. Alright, I'm not even going to bring up the deserve to win a meter because all you need to know about this game is right below me here, the shot clock. 46-23. Ducks had half the amount of shots that the Colorado Avalanche did, and it's very obvious who deserved to win this game. Alright, I'm not going to go into every single goal. This is just a frickin' barn burner. Things I want to talk about. Dostal played well in this game. He did what he was supposed to do. He kept the Ducks in the game, and the players don't tank. The coach doesn't tank. The GM can tank. But these guys are playing for their jobs. Makes sense why they're giving all of this effort. Z got a point. Henrique got a point. Vetrano got 2 goals. Terry got a point. Good things for the Ducks happened in this game. Mikko Rantanen and Nathan MacKinnon both reached 100 points. Actually, MacKinnon reached in a previous game, but Rantanen got 100 points. This is the first time since Joe Sakic and Peter Forsberg that 2 Avalanche teammates have hit over 100 points in the season. Another thing that we should really point out, if you look just a little bit down and to the left of me here, look at those penalty minutes. 26-6. The Ducks were incredibly undisciplined this game, and for some reason, the Avs were not able to take advantage of that. I just don't know if the Ducks are like, fuck it, we got nothing to lose, or it was just a bad game by the Avs, but like this game should not have been close. The only reason the Ducks were really in this game was Pavel Francouz. He did not have a good game. He's been on that team for like 3 years now, and he's consistently been like the backup because they had Darcy Kemper, and then they they had Philip Grubauer, then they went to Darcy Kemper, and then they went to Georgiev. And Francouz has been the backup pretty much the whole time. I don't really blame him for being the backup. He's had a lot of injury trouble, but he usually plays better than this, but today he did not. So, like I said, early on the Ducks got torn apart by Mikko Rantanen. He had 2 goals. Later on in the third period, he would get 2 assists. Actually, 1 in the third period and 1 in overtime. And, of course, Nathan MacKinnon gets the game-tying goal that sends the game to overtime and the overtime winner. I'm not really going to blame Dostal. It's hard to go cross-crease, and when you're dealing with a Nathan MacKinnon one-timer, I don't expect him to save that. I really don't. So, a few quotes from after the game. As you can see, like I said earlier, the Ducks don't tank. Like, the team itself, the players and the coach, they don't tank. They're full of fire, Eakins says. They're competing every single night. That's what you want from a team, even when they're almost dead last in the league. They have struggled a ton this year. Their points from wins don't even equal 50. They have a chance to equal 50 from their wins, but it's most likely not going to happen. Almost a half of the games they've won, they've also gotten points from overtime. And now to focus on something a little bad. This quote from Bednar, the coach of the Avalanche, is rough. And it's not about his team, really. He said that his players were tired. It was the second half of a back-to-back, and his players were tired. But not because of the second half of the back-to-back. Because they drew so many power plays that their top players were on the ice almost the entire time. No wonder Rantanen got 4 points, 2 goals, 2 assists, and MacKinnon got 2 goals and an assist. But I do want to end off on a happy note here. Henrique came back from injury and got his 20th goal of the season, not this game, but the previous game. And Eakins is right. There's a lot of good going on quietly, and you can tell that this is going to help them later down the road. When you see your teammates putting up fight against the best team in the Central, it makes you want to play harder. It makes you want to play harder down the road. It gives you that competitive mentality that the Ducks really need. And frankly, they haven't had that competitive mentality for a few years now. So to see them fight hard against a team that is the best in the Central and squeak out a point against them when they're one of the worst teams in the league, it's encouraging. It's encouraging. It doesn't help the tank, but it's encouraging. All right, so that caps off the regular season series against the Avalanche. The Avalanche take 2 games to the Ducks 1. The Ducks get 3 out of a possible 6 points against the Avalanche, and the Avalanche get 4 out of a possible 6 against the Ducks. You would kind of hope that the Avalanche would only allow like 1 or 2 points to the Ducks, but here we are where the Avalanche have allowed 3 points, and it gives the Ducks worse odds to get Connor Bedard. All right, the Ducks take on the Canucks in Anaheim for the last time this season. The game will be 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For anybody in Southern California, the game should be on Bally Sports West. For anybody in the Vancouver, British Columbia area, that is going to be on TSN or Sportsnet. My guess is Sportsnet. For the rest of the United States, you are looking at ESPN+. So, yet again, the Ducks have an opportunity to allow a player on the opposing team to get to .100 this year. Not only do they have the opportunity to let Elias Pettersson get to .100 this year, they also have an opportunity to let Elias Pettersson get to goal 40 this year. I believe this would be the first time he ever scores 40 goals in a season. He's been the backbone of the Canucks the entire year. They've had a whole lot of controversy early on regarding Bruce Boudreau, Rick Tocchet, and just how all of that was handled. It was horrible, but they have beat the Ducks in every single game that they have played this year. The Ducks have 1 out of a possible 6 points against the Vancouver Canucks this year. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Ducks end up getting 1 out of a possible 8. The Canucks have been real good since the deadline. Thatcher Demko coming back has been big for them. He has kind of returned to form. He was sub 900 before he got injured, and now that he's back from injury, he's at 900. So he's been better. My guess is we see Lucas Dostal in this game. I really don't think that we're going to see John Gibson again this year. I'd be very surprised if we did. Frankly, I think it's a good idea. Both the San Diego Gulls, the Ducks AHL affiliate, and the Ducks look like they're going to miss the playoffs. So you might as well give Ole Eriksson Ek the backup role and let him learn some NHL games from the bench. Regardless of who plays, my guess is this game still goes in the Canucks' favor. Frank Petrano just hit 40 points first time in his career. Good for him. I mean, someone on the Ducks has to score. I was excited for Frank Petrano. He came out really hot, and then he cooled off for a long time, and then he got a little hot again, and then he cooled off, and then he got a little hot again, and it got him to 40 points. Alright, that is it for this one. Thank you all so much for showing up and watching. I appreciate everybody who watches the DDFRs. Hit that like button if you like what you saw. Hit that subscribe button if you really like it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.